Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, So Little Time, and my name is Karen. In today's vlog, I'm going to be reviewing the Nina Lee Camden skirt in collaboration with Josie from It Is Josie. We have come together to review the skirt for you, so if that is something that you're interested in, please stick around. So Josie contacted me at the end of last month to discuss a collaboration, as it's something we were thinking of doing in the past, but we hadn't actually got round to doing. And we have found that we have a very similar style to each other. So I either make things that she's already made or vice versa, or we have already made something from the same pattern. So we decided on the Nina Lee Camden skirt because Josie's actually made the Pinafore in the past. I already had this pattern in my stash because the Pinafore is actually on my Make 9 list for this year. And so we decided on the skirt, as we've not made that yet. And I also think it's going to be a great addition to my wardrobe, purely because I don't wear that many skirts, to be honest. And also the few that I do have, I don't wear that often. I tend to wear dresses on a regular basis throughout the winter and the summer months. And then if I'm not wearing a dress, it's either jeans and a top or something similar like that. So I was really interested to make this skirt, and I thought it'll also give me a little tester of the fit of the pattern as well. So what I'm going to do today is I'll show you the skirt before I put it on, and then I'm going to get changed into various different items of clothing to pair with it, so you can see how I'm planning to style it up for the colder and warmer months, just so you can get an idea of how it would look with different bits of clothing really. So firstly, I'll show you the pattern if you're not familiar with it. It's Nina Lee Camden skirt, like I say, and it has a pinafore version here. It's a fit and flare style, and the bodice has princess seams, a nipped in waist, and an A-line skirt with these lovely patch pockets on the front. And for the skirt, it just has the nipped in waistband and the patch pockets on the front. And you can see it's got a seam line down the front of the skirt section. So we went with the skirt, obviously, and it is a fully lined skirt, and then it includes a 9-inch invisible zip. So the size I've made is a size 12, and I haven't had to make any alterations to it whatsoever, which is amazing, because in the past I have actually had to make alterations to Nina Lee patterns. I've made the Carnaby dress and I had to grade between 3 sizes for that one, and I've also made the South Bank sweater dress and I've had to grade between 2 sizes on that one. So this one I haven't had to grade, but bearing in mind I have only made the skirt, so when I do come to make the Pinafore dress I might have to grade to a smaller size on the top half. We'll have to see, but it has princess seams, so it might be easy to make alterations. So for a size 12, the waist is for a size 30-inch and the hip is for a 39.5-inch. I'm a 29-inch waist and a 41-inch hip. So I decided to go with the size 12 because I wanted some room to be able to tuck tops into it. And I knew as it's an A-line skirt, it would probably skim over my hips, no problem. And that has been the case. And there is definitely a lot of wiggle room in there to be able to tuck tops in and to have a big meal. So that's a nice bonus. So I'll show you the skirt before I try it on with these various items. So I went with just a classic denim, and I bought this from Guthrie & Garney in Birmingham, and it was in their remnant basket at the time. I think there was 1.5 meters, and you only need a meter to make the skirt. So I actually had more than enough to make the Pinafore dress, but obviously I've made the skirt. It's got these lovely big patch pockets on the front here, which are fairly deep, and you top stitch those before you attach them to the skirt. So that was really nice to be able to just work with a small bit of fabric. And they are lined as well, and I've just used some poly cotton to line those, which I had from Minerva for another project that you'll see in the future. And also the waistband is faced as well, so I've used that fabric for the inside of the waistband. It has a 9-inch invisible zip at the back, and I think I've installed that fairly well. And just by pure fluke, I managed to line up this waistline seam spot on first time round, so I'm really pleased with that as well. It's a fully lined skirt. So in the past, I've always interlined my skirts or dresses, which does make it really quick to sew. And this was a quick sew for this skirt, but making the lining separately did add that little bit of extra time on. So I'm going to turn the dress inside out so you can, sorry, the skirt inside out so you can see the lining. And I opted to go for just a standard anti-static lining in this purple colour. So it was quite slippy to work with because obviously usually I based it onto the inside of the skirt and then just treat it as one piece, but because I've lined it properly, you do treat it as two separate pieces. And you can see here I have actually bias bound the hem of the lining and of the skirt as well, just to give that little bit of extra weight to the lining because it is very lightweight. And also I just like that finish on the inside of a skirt anyway, so I've done that with this bias binding that I already had. And I really like that, how that looks. And then you have to hand sew the lining to the zip tape here, and also you have to hand sew the facing to the inside of the zip tape here as well, and that just gives it a nice clean finish on the inside. On the back of this skirt there are some darts to give it shaping, but you don't actually make the darts in the lining of the skirt, you make them as like a little, you just join the legs of the dart at the top and then baste across, so it just gives a bit of volume there so that it doesn't stress the lining when you're sitting down and that kind of thing. And I think I've done that fairly well, considering I've not done that before. And I think this is the first time I've actually lined a skirt properly, because like I say, I usually interline it. And I think it does give a nice finish. I'm not sure how it will work when I walk around with it. I'm hoping that the lining will behave and stay where it needs to be and not just twist around and reeve up. And I really like the patch pockets on the front. I have top stitched mine with some Gutermann thread, and it's like a sparkly silver thread, and that worked absolutely fine on my machine. I didn't have any problems. It didn't like clog up or anything, and I just used standard blue in the bobbin thread. The front and back of the skirt is in two pieces. You can see that there is a seam line down the front and a seam line all the way down the back as well. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could top stitch down the middle to make it look like a flat felt seam, but I just decided to keep it simple and have top stitching on the front of the pockets, and I haven't done any top stitching around the waistband either. This particular denim does have a little bit of stretch in it, so it does make it extra comfortable to wear. So what I'll do now then is pop it on with some clothes that I am planning to wear it with for the transitional season of going from winter into spring, and what I plan to wear with it in the summer, just so you can see how versatile it is. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, so the first pattern I'm pairing it with is the Hey June handmade Sheridan sweater that you saw me just wearing a moment ago. So I've popped the skirt on, so I'll stand back so you can see how this looks with it. So it does cover the pockets, unfortunately, but I wouldn't tuck this top in. But you can see that I've got it on with black tights and just this sweater. And then I would usually wear that with some knee-high boots, or perhaps some boots that come up sort of halfway between my calf and my knee. So you can see the lovely deep pockets in this skirt here, and it fits nice and snug around my waist. So that's outfit number one of how I would wear it. So I will come back in just a moment with another one. Okay, so I have paired it now with a Till in the Buttons Cocoa top, and I've also paired it with a Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan. So I shall stand back so you can see the outfit. I've also got it on with a scarf, which is just from White Stuff. So you can see that the length of this cardigan sits really nicely with the length of this skirt. I'll take off the cardigan so you can see, and the scarf off as well, so you can see the skirt in a lot more detail. You can see it's nice and fitted around my waist, and there's enough room for a top to be put in there. That's absolutely fine. And it kind of sits about an inch above my knees. So I really like that pairing. Okay, so I shall get changed into another one. The next one I've paired it with is another Till in the Buttons Cocoa top, and this time it's in the stripe jersey, which is also from John Lewis. and I would probably again pair it with my Blackwood cardigan and a scarf on the chillier days. So either this one, and I also do have one that I wear quite regularly, and that's this one here. I think the colours just go quite nicely. So I think the cocoa top is a really good piece to wear with it, because it's not very thick if you use just a Ponte fabric, and it just tucks in really, really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to try it on with another few tops now. Okay, so this is the Soho 7 Toaster version 2 sweater. I'm not too sure how I like this one with the skirt, so I'll stand back so you can see. It just has a bit more of fabric hanging over the waistband, and I don't really like that silhouette on me too much, but it is something slightly different. So you can see it just bags a little bit there, and around the back as well. Yes, I'm not too sure on this one, but I thought I'd show you anyway, just in case you liked it. Okay, so I think the cocoa is probably the winner for the most favourite transition piece to wear through the winter through to spring, and you could also wear it in the summer as well, because it's not too hot to wear on the chillier days. So I've got another couple of cocos that I will try on. They've got the funnel neck, so I think they will look quite nice. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so the next one is another cocoa top, and it's the funnel neck version. So this is out of a Ponte fabric that I got from Barry's Fabrics in Birmingham. I've got the cuffs on this one as well, but I haven't rolled them back. And I've again just tucked it into the waistband because I quite like that look, and I think it goes really well. Nice purple pop of colour. So I wouldn't really wear a scarf or anything with this one because it's already got the funnel neck around my neck, but I probably would wear it with a cardigan if I was extra cold, but again, it's nice to just wear on its own. Okay, so the next one is the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top, and it's the slash neck hack that I have done on this one, and this fabric is from Guthrie and Garney in Birmingham as well, and this was again another remnant piece that I picked up. So again, I've just tucked it into the waistband. It is quite a tight silhouette on me, and I don't really like the way it shows every single lump and bump. So this one I probably would wear paired up with a cardigan, or perhaps the Mabel snug that I recently have had from Jane at Loopy Mabel's Closet. So I'll just pop that on as well so you can see. So I'll stand back first of all so you can see this top tucked into it. And then if I just pop this on, you will see how I put it on as well, actually. Yeah, that would just sort of cover the lumps and bumps that I don't like on display, and again that looks quite nice with it as well. Okay, so I have got another Agnes to try on with it, but it's the scoop neck version, so I'll pop that on and see how that looks. Okay, so I do prefer this Agnes with it. This fabric I got from eBay. I can't tell you the seller, it was that long ago, but it's got quite a generous amount of stretch in it, so it doesn't feel as tight as the previous one I just had on, so I don't feel as self-conscious in it on this one, although I do think you can see my blue bra. So I need to change that, but it's just a bit more forgiving around that area there. So I'll stand back so you can see this one. Again, I've got these all paired with black tights, but you could wear skin coloured tights or no tights at all. And I like the scoop neck on this one. I just think it's a very flattering neckline on me. And I've done 3/4 length sleeves for this one, although that doesn't come in the pattern as that. They come as elbow length or full length, so I've just lengthened the elbow length ones. Yeah, so like this one, and again I probably would pair it up with a Blackwood cardigan and a scarf if it was a bit chillier, or just wear it as is if it was a bit warmer. So the next top I'm going to try on is something that I would wear in the height of summer when it's really, really warm, so I'll go and pop that on now. Okay, so the next top I've got on is the Grainline Studios Willow tank top, and I made this last year in the summer to wear with my Tilly and the Buttons Miette skirt. Do apologise for the creases, it has just been in the wardrobe, so it does need a bit of a press. But yes, this is perfect because it sits at the right length for where the waistline sits. So I'll stand back so you can see this. So you can see it just sort of skims over the waistband section there. And I wore this top ever such a lot last year in the summer with my Tilly and the Buttons Miette skirt, so that was a really nice pairing, and I think this will go really well with this skirt as well. And that is why I chose to go with just a classic denim, because I think it will go with a lot of tops in my wardrobe. If I'd have made a pattern skirt, as beautiful as that would have been, I don't think I have any plain tops to go with it, so maybe that's something I need to think about in the future. Okay, so I might just have another couple of tops to try on with it, and I think we're about there. Okay, so the next pairing is again with the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan, and I've got it on with the True Bias Ogden cami, which I've just made out of this standard sort of poly cotton, quilting cotton that I got from a fabric store in Leicester. So I really like the contrast of the mustard with this one on the top, and I think it goes well with the blue skirt. So I'll stand back so you can see. So again, if I just take this off, you'll be able to see how it looks just with the Ogden cami on. And I've got it tucked in again, as I just prefer that look. It was a bit too long to have with just the skirt on its own, because I've lengthened the bodice of this pattern. Yeah, so I really like how that looks. So that again will be worn in the summer months because it's quite cool. I think I've just got one more Ogden cami to try on with it, with a different Blackwood cardigan, and I think that's about all I've got to show you for now. Okay, so this is the last Ogden cami and Blackwood cardigan sort of pairing with it, and I really quite like this colour with it. It looks really nice. So this is the Liberty fabric that I picked up in the Birmingham rag market when I went to Sobrum last year, and this fabric was from the remnant table at Guthrie and Garney, and it's a really good quality for the Blackwood cardigan, and it looks really nice with the blue of the skirt. And again, I've just tucked in the cami as well, so I really like that. So again, I'll show you it when it's off as well. So yeah, really like that. I think it looks really nice, and that'll be nice and cool for the summer months. Okay, so I don't really have any big jumpers that I wear on a regular basis that I would pair with this skirt. I don't really have any big baggy jumpers that I wear, so I would usually just pair it with the Cocos and the Agnes tops, and sort of what I've been showing you really. I think I have a couple of sort of Breton style tops which are from Bowden, ready to wear ones, so I'll just grab those so I can show you. I don't think I'll try them on for you because they just look the same as the Agnes /net top really. So there's just this one here which I think will pair really well, and that's got long sleeves, so I'll definitely be wearing that one with it. And then I've also got this one as well, which has just got two different colours on the front and a different colour on the back, and that's again a ready to wear one from Bowden. And I got those in the sale I think quite a few years ago. Actually, I think one was from a charity shop. Yeah, so I'll pair that with that. And I also have just another plain Cocoa top which I wear in the summer on holiday with shorts, so again that one would tuck in quite nicely, and I could pair that with a scarf. It was a little bit chilly. And I've also got my most recent Cocoa top in the funnel neck style again with the cuffs, which was the loop back jersey, the French terry, that I got from a D-Stash account on Instagram. Okay, so that's basically all the pairings that I have to put with this skirt. I hope you have found it useful and informative, and that you've enjoyed this vlog. And I hope you like the skirt that I've made. I urge you to go and make it. It's an absolutely lovely pattern to make, and I think it's going to be a really nice addition to my wardrobe, and it'll get a lot of wear. And that's the reason that, like I say, I've gone for a plain denim colour, because I think it is quite versatile to go with a lot of my tops. I would like to make another one in the future in more of a vibrant sort of patterned fabric, but I just need to make some more plain tops to go with it before I can do that. And I might even just interline it in the future. That would make it even quicker to make it, because I still think it would have the same effect for being able to wear it with tights and not riding up and that kind of thing. It just means that the zip inside wouldn't be concealed and as neat as such, so you would see the seam lines on that. But if you wanted to make a speedier version, then you could do that instead of lining it properly. Yes, so please do go and check out Josie from It Is Josie. She has her video uploaded at the moment as well. At the current state of time, as I'm filming. I haven't actually seen her version, so I have no idea of the fabric that she's used or how she's got on with the pattern. So I'm really interested to go ahead and watch her vlog. Also, I forgot to mention there is actually 2 skirt lengths, and I went with the longer one, but I have done quite a deep hem on the bottom because it did come to knee length and I just wanted it slightly above knee length. The mini version is more sort of maybe 4 inches above the knee, I would say, and I think I would probably find that a little bit short for me, and maybe just would have done a very small seam allowance on the hem there. But yeah, really nice pattern. I'm really looking forward to now making the pinafore dress. So I'm going to get that made imminently, basically, because I think it will be great for wearing now as a transition piece into spring. So please do like this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you aren't already. That would be great. And I shall see you very shortly. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.